What's going on, you guys? Mr. Allen here with some AP Precalculus review here. I got a problem from the calculator portion of the exam. We got the function f is given by f of x equals 2 sine of 4x plus cosine of 2x. Using the period of f, which of the following is the number of complete cycles of the graph of f in the xy plane on the interval 0 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 1,000. All right, so that's an interesting function you got there. You got two trig functions in there and some stuff going on there. So definitely a little difficult to do by hand or near impossible. I'm going to bust out my calculator right away and plug this into my y equals. But first, make sure you are in the correct mode. So hit mode, and then if I arrow down, I don't have to arrow down, but I am in radian mode here. If it were already in degree, then I'd have to hit enter on radian, make sure it's in that one. Double check that the day of your test, right? Before you start using it on the test. It's got to be in radian mode. It's written in the directions, but easy to miss when you're, amped up about the exam. Anywho, let's plug this thing in. So y equals, and then I've got 2 sine of 4x, close my parentheses, plus cosine of 2x, close them, enter, boom, we're good. All right, so now next thing here is when I go to graph, I'm actually going to hit zoom, and I'm going to go to trig. You don't have to do this, but I find it to be helpful. And then there we go. We got our nice little graph right there of this crazy trig function, right? It's not a normal one that we would graph by hand. So how do we answer this problem? It says, which of the following is the number of complete cycles? So we're talking about, like, it's a periodic function. It repeats itself periodically. Well, how often does it repeat itself, right? So if I can figure out how often it repeats itself, then I can tell you how many times it repeats itself from 0 to 1,000, which is like a length of 1,000 there, and our x values. So if I can figure out how often it repeats, could I just do like 1,000 divided by that number? That seems like a workable plan, right? So let's do that. So, well, maybe I could find like a maximum here, right? I can kind of see how like it has a high point, then a low point, then like a sort of high point, a local maximum, a sort of low point or a local minimum, and then another maximum, right? So how do we go from max to max? That's a good way to figure out your period with any of your, sine and cosine type functions. So I'll hit second calc, go to maximum here, and already in a good spot, hit enter, then go to do my right bound here, enter one more time, and it gives me that value 0.35206. So I could write that down, right? Or, better yet, second quit, hit X, store, choose any other letter. I'm just going to use A here, hit enter, and now it's stored as A. If I hit alpha A, boom, it pops up, okay? Then I'm going to go back to my graph. Let's find the next maximum there. Arrow down to maximum. Got to do a little bit of arrowing here until we get over to this guy here. This is the one I want. So I'm going to hit enter on my left bound, my right bound, enter one more time. There we go. I'm going to hit second quit. Now, we could just use that X value, X minus A, the previous one, right? Enter. There we go. We got 3.1. That's a very familiar number, isn't that? My goodness. All right. So now I'm going to take 1,000 and divide it by that number. I get 318.309. Choice B is the move here. I'm just going to write on the board, baby. B. Boom. I like that, man. Now, quick reminder here, okay? When I find a maximum or I find, something else, the calculator automatically stores that X value and that Y value in there. So that X that I used was the last X value for that maximum. And then I subtracted the A, which was the previous one that I stored. Super convenient. All right, man. There we go. I like it. That's how I would solve it. Maybe there's another way out there that you could solve a little bit differently, but I found that to be the most intuitive. But there we go, guys. All right. Hope that helps. Check out some more videos on the AP Calculus review and stay mathin'.